seeing the workhorsemen in action to start the show set the bar real high. You're
not kidding.
I loved how JR, he called it after the match. He said, to all the fellas in the back watching on the monitors, you guys in the back, you got a lot of work to do. You're going to come out after this match I'll say it, man. Two guys who just love pro wrestling. Two guys who take a lot of pride in what they do. Old school Punk and Uncle Dax. And man, this one, these two guys went at each other.
And that's
really
exactly what I was thinking.
Incredible way to start the show.
Just two raw vets just going toe-to-toe to kick off Dynamite in an absolute epic way. The crowd was going crazy for CM Punk. Great way to start the show, and in a match that was very, very shortly announced before the kickoff of Dynamite. I mean, we had CM Punk's return announced, but we did not have this match. And this could have been a marquee match any night of the week, a main event any night of the week. And
because anybody who's watched Dax go in singles work, I mean, you and I have said it. When Cash was hurt, Dax was killing it in singles competition. His proven tag team singles work, it doesn't matter. This guy can just go.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
He's incredible in the ring, and it's no wonder we're seeing here up on the screen, SPD, a picture perfect sharpshooter. Dax is the type of guy, you follow him on social media, man, you see it. Dax is a guy who studies, man. He does his homework. He watches the tape, and he's constantly trying to get better. And it shows, man. It shows in his work. I mean, even as a life, like I said it, watching this match, CM Punk and Dax Harwood are two guys who have really shaped my fandom over the last decade, right? I mean,
wow.
Like truly, I love FTR. And I used to talk about NXT a long time ago, back when I was just getting married. I've loved NXT from its very roots. And FTR was really the lifeblood of that tag division there.
You're right.
They come here to AEW, and they said it in the fiery promo against the Gun Club, man. Gosh. They said it. These guys are the absolute best tag team on the planet, and I love tag team wrestling. I have so much love for Dax.
They're not wrong.
And I think anybody who loves pro wrestling in the modern era can't help but say CM Punk is one of the revolutionaries, is one of the faces of this generation. Putting these two guys in the ring together, I was geeking out. I mean, I felt like I wanted my son to be old enough to appreciate what was going on the screen, because I would have been nudging him. Cash, this is Dax. These are two of the best in the world going at each other. This one was phenomenal. SPD, one of my particular moments in this match that I really loved, Punk kept trying to go to the top rope, and Dax really caught him with a stiff punch to the face, gave him some brutal chops where Punk was – it was clear he was getting beaten up, and then the nut shot, knocking him down, hitting him, and then the superplex. I mean, Dax was going at him in the corner.
That was a huge superplex.
Great exchange. And then to get kind of a catapult power bomb to Punk, where he kind of
bounced that move.
Punk. Yeah, right. He bounced
one of my
Punk
favorites.
Off the top rope. Boom! That was a phenomenal one. Just countless examples where you could, but technical wrestling, like striking. These two guys did it all tonight.
I mean, you said a lot of the highlights, but one of the thing is one of the key words you brought up was chop, and to me, the chop of the night was by Dax Harwood on CM Punk. So I got to give my award to chop of the night to Uncle Dax right there, Grumpy Dax himself. Man, he was delivering those epic chops, that is for sure. But
delivered those chops in style with a beautiful stash. That's an SPD special right there. If a guy's got a beautiful stash and can deliver a stiff chop, SPD is going to be a fan, right?
Fan for life. You have a fan for life in SPD if you have those, right? The two qualifications, check those boxes right there with Uncle Dax right there. But that all aside, the stuff we saw, a little surprise with the Gun Club in the crowd, and obviously we love seeing them on TV anytime they do. They're always, eating it up with the fans, and the fans were chanting the Ass Boys pretty loudly. And
Yes,
as
they
when we talked to
were.
Austin Gunn 3 weeks ago, he said FTR was their dream tag team match. And looking into the crystal ball, AEW and FTR, they're probably watching our interview and they're giving that match, giving these young kids an absolute clinic epic of a match that they're going to have next week. And yours truly, SPD, is going to be down there in Dynamite next week, watching and cheering on the Ass Boys and cheering on FTR for just pure awesome wrestling that we're going to see next week on Dynamite. But what I really loved about that was, the whole thing is, last week when we saw the Young Bucks kind of hint at the best there ever was, a little hint there, a little breadcrumb, and then we saw the sharpshooter by Dax, another little breadcrumb. And so, in coming up soon, we're having the Owen Hart Memorial Cup tournament. So I don't know, man, if we're going to be looking into that crystal ball and we're going to see another absolutely
Bro,
legendary
a legend.
addition to, we know FTR are huge Bret Hart fans. Are we going to see that or not? But that is definitely would make waves through the wrestling world already if that were to happen. But